Hi, I'm Dana, and most of my recent videos have been a wee bit depressing and heavy and hard to make. So I want to do just a little random extra video outside of my normal schedule of just some fun shit that I've bought on eBay lately essentially. It is predominantly Ashes to Ashes special interest related. But there's one thing that doesn't relate back to Keeley Hawes in some way, okay? I know what I like, and I like it a lot. I got what I'm fucking gonna get out of my deposit back from the last place I lived. And this is what I've done with it, essentially. I say that, I've bought all sorts of shit on eBay in the last month, including clothes, and I've not spent more than 40 quid on the whole lot altogether. So, with that being said, I want to get into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is one that you've seen on the back here, because I've slowly built the collection. So I got the Ashes to Ashes original soundtrack, obviously. And then I also got the Ashes to Ashes Season 2 soundtrack, because I need it. And then, obviously, to just complete the set, I got the Ashes to Ashes Season 3 soundtrack. Now, can you see it? Where is it? The Life on Mars soundtrack that I've got back there, I've had since I was a little kid. My dad used to park me up in Manchester just before we moved to Denmark, and he'd let me listen to it by the overpass where Sam got hit by a car. It was absolutely sick, to be fair. And one of my favourite things about both that and these is that in between songs there's the interludes where it's just bits from the show, it's just bits of dialogue and the characters talking, and all of them start with Alex's little no, season 2 does not. Oh, it's the second one is her doing the whole, I'm Alex Drake, I've been shot and that bullet has taken me back to 1982. I love it. I love that I get to have it on CD. Now I just need to buy a CD player. And to continue on that theme, I got the Ashes to Ashes single. I already have the vast majority of Bowie's albums on record, and he was my top artist on Spotify this year. Possibly the only one that I think was actually real. The AI thing on Spotify is an absolute mess. But I don't currently own a fucking record player. I don't even know what happened to it, to be honest with you. It somehow didn't make the move. I don't own one, it's gone. But I saw this and it was kind of cheap and it was about to end and there were no bids, and I was like, I want it really badly. See, the thing is, as an Ashes to Ashes fan, in regards to the TV show, I've had to put it behind where I tend to face because I keep expecting him to look up at me. I fully, 100%, no hint of doubt in my mind, keep expecting him to move. I am going to put it back where it... No, I'm not, because I put something else there as a placeholder for the video. Okay. I am also very much saving the most interesting things to the end. So skip to the end if you want to see, the really, really cool stuff. I have two really fucking sick things that I'm so excited to have found that I can't wait to tell you about. But in the meantime, we're going to switch to the one thing that doesn't tie back to Keeley Hawes. Because I bought Bob and Rose on VHS. Because I watched this online, and I watch things online entirely legally and not in any illegal piratey way, obviously, because that's what you're meant to do, and it's illegal to watch things in a piratey way, so don't do it. But I watched it on my laptop, and it was really difficult to find and a bit of a nightmare, and I kept having to take really long breaks between episodes because I was just looking for the next episode, and it was a fucking nightmare. And this was on eBay for a $5, so I just nabbed it, I just grabbed it. It's from Russell T Davies, the creator of Queer as Folk, starring Alan Davies from Jonathan Greek, Leslie Sharp from Clocking Off and the Full Monty, and Jessica Stevenson from the Royal Family. Weird that Jessica Hines literally doesn't... Oh wait, was she Jessica Stevenson still in 2001? Is that who that means? I haven't watched the Royal Family. I feel like I should though. I feel like I would actually really enjoy the Royal Family. But this is about Bob and Rose, obviously. He's a gay man and he falls in love with Rose because, quite frankly, I think anyone would fall in love with Leslie Sharp. Of course he does. But it's actually having said it like that, it's actually quite a fun exploration of the queer experience and the way that boundaries are set and the way that we can be really narrowed down into what we're able to do and who we're able to love and stuff. I just thought it was both actually just really funny and lighthearted, while also, if you want to think deeper into it, it's quite interesting to do so with, I also bought The Avengers, and I watched this obviously just because Keeley Hawes is in it. I've already watched it. I can't wait to watch it on tape, to be honest with you. I think things just have a slightly different vibe when they're on tape, and I kind of pay attention better. It kind of focuses me a bit more. But I didn't expect this to be good, I was it's gonna have Keeley Hawes in it, so it'll be fine. But it was actively funny. I genuinely enjoyed this film. When Keeley Hawes showed up, I was like, oh my god, Keeley Hawes, because I basically forgot that she was going to be in it because I was just enjoying the movie. It's Ralph... I fucking hate saying his name. I never know how you're meant to say it because I want to call him Ralph Fiennes. I know that's not his fucking name, but saying Ray Fiennes like is how I think people pronounce it, and that feels weird for me. I don't like his name, but it's him, Uma Thurman, and Sean Connery and Keely Hawes. Keely Hawes is in one scene. I won't lie to you, she's in one scene. And it's my favourite scene, so it's fine. But I also was really happy because I wanted the Avengers, and this was, I hate the way it keeps doing the line, I'm sorry, but this was the cheapest copy, and I don't know how much you know or care, but it's an X rental. See how the box is lots bigger because they were like on the shelves for you to rent, and it means that the tape is, I believe, a higher quality because it was meant to be played like over and over and over and over because people were renting it, and it still has the little Blockbuster sticker on. I just think that's really fun. I just really enjoy that. I really love VHS tapes. It's been my thing for a long time for a reason, you know? And the final thing in my VHS collection now that I don't think surprises anyone, I also own a copy of it on DVD. It's also on YouTube if anyone wants to watch it. It's Tipping the Velvet. We get to see Keely Hawes as Kitty Butler. She's gay as anything. Like, she does end up going with a man, but she's a lesbian for me. Kitty Butler is my favourite lesbian. She's the worst. She's the absolute worst lesbian, but she's my favourite lesbian. I love her with everything that I have. This is by far one of the most depressing things I've ever watched. There's not a moment of joy in it. It's frankly just a gay nightmare. And I'm gonna watch it once a week for the rest of my life because we get to see Keely Hawes because her woman, so it makes it all worth it. It's all fine. The look on Keely Hawes' face as she holds that fucking flower up to Nan, I want her to pass me a rose like that. I want her to look at me. I want anyone to look at me like that. She's just so stunningly beautiful, and I really miss the days when people looked perfect in films. I won't lie to you. I don't mean that like people don't look good in film now, but you know when they had that like grain or that digital film or whatever the fuck they were using, there was something going on where people's skin was just like so smooth and perfect, and she just looks like she literally does not have a flaw. I'm sorry, I could talk about Keely Hawes for a while, I won't lie to you. We can move off Keely Hawes for a moment though, because this is honestly one of my absolute favourite things I own. This is one of the most exciting things I've ever bought. To be fair, I didn't get this in this like little hole from my deposit money. I got this like 2 months ago and absolutely shit my pants immediately. It's so sick, guys. I have film negatives of Philip Glenister's headshots from like, I don't know when they're from. I really need to do some like actual research on them, to be honest with you, and try and find out. I really want to know exactly what year they're from because I am so convinced that they're from the 80s. And the thing is, there's fucking loads of them as well. Like, look at this. And I will give, I don't entirely understand how film and negatives work. Sorry, I needed to sort my laptop. I don't really know how they work, and every time I get them out I'm really scared that I'm gonna like expose them to the light and they're gonna like, the picture's gonna suddenly vanish. You're also just not gonna be able to see shit, are you? No. I'll insert some pictures here because I have got a little app that I use to scan them so I can actually see how he looks. But these just, first off, there's like no merch of Ashes to Ashes. I probably should have said that at some point earlier. There's like no fucking merch, so I do have to just make up, like, deal with it in what way I can. For example, after this video, I'm going to do a half-hour walk there and back to a Lidl just to see if they have the Hot Wheels car that is a Quattro. So that's the way that I do things. But I just think it's such a unique little bit of merch to have. And I really want to get them framed in like some sort of light box with a light behind them so you can see them. And I also desperately at some point then want to get that signed by Philip Glenister. That's the dream, that's the goal. I doubt it's ever going to happen, but I really want it to. And the thing with these as well is, God, am I admitting to this online? See, the thing is, Ashes to Ashes, Gene Hunt, Alex Drake, that's my special interest. Like, as an autistic person, I have several special interests. I won't lie to you. I've got a lot of things that as you can see, I have a lot of things that I like. That's the number one thing that I like. That is the thing that tickles my brain like nothing else, and I adore it like nothing else. And getting to have these and go through them absolutely killed me the first time because I just kept thinking, like, he looks the age that he was. Like, Philip Glenister in these pictures looks the age that Gene Hunt would have been I don't want to do spoilers, but you know what I mean, right? If you've watched it, if you're into it, you know what I mean. I say for those that have watched it, if you're into it, I mean the 3 people that comment on my videos that have said you're gonna watch it because I've gotten you into it, because I'm into it, you're gonna watch it. I know at least one of you actually has. I'm watching you. This is for you. This is the most exciting thing that I own. This is my number 1 prized possession. I think I'm probably gonna buy a frame for it while I'm out. I feel like I might actually be shaking just pulling it out of this. I haven't looked at this again since it arrived because it makes me just feel so many ways. So this is an actual page of the script from the first episode of Ashes to Ashes that was like used on set. Like, this is a page of the script signed by a unidentified actor, and I don't know who the fuck it is, to be fair, because it looks like an A, like a big A followed by a J and then something, and then an L, or maybe a D, and then like maybe an AR, OD. I can't tell who it is signed by. If anyone has any ideas of what that says and who it might be, please let me know. It's the fact that up at the top there, it says like Ashes to Ashes, episode 1 shooting script, it's 31st of the 8th, 07. Like, this was on the set of the first ever episode of my absolute all-time favourite show, the show that I think is the best television show to have ever aired, the best thing in the world for me. And it was there. And I think it's the thing of like, not only was it there, but it's one of my absolute all-time favourite scenes of the entire show. Like, if you at the bottom there, it's when Jean and the gang like first show up and they all 3 draw whopping great magnums, and it's, oh, I'm losing my words trying to talk about this. So it's my favourite scene. The way the car pulls up, the way all 3 of them get out, the way they draw the guns, the way they introduce themselves, the way Alex just fucking passes out. It's my favourite scene in television. It's my number 1 favourite thing to watch. I fucking love it, like, to such a point I really cannot explain. So I want it to be like, the only way this would be better is if it was either the scene when they're first outside the police station, Alex is like, this is a full audio visual hallucination. Oh, the bin menu here. Or when they're in that like little side room and she's all like, oh, don't worry about it then, Jean, and he does the like, oh, you're gonna grope me or you're gonna punch me, something like that, when she puts her hand on his chest and he grabs her tit. Like, not to be like, my favourite scenes are sexual assault, but it's different when it's them, okay? It's different when it's them, and I love them so much, but they're not my favourite scenes. Like, this bit, when they first get out the car, that is my favourite scene, that is my favourite bit. I love it so, so much. I'm gonna close my window and do the outro. That's the last thing I have to show you. Okay, that hasn't out much, but I don't have much to say and I really want to hurry on out anyway, so I'm not gonna wait for them to be done because I need to edit and post this if I want it to go up at a time I want it to go up at. So, I usually post on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, but I've got the whole thing of, this is my 3rd Christmas without family and without people around me, so I really know how it is to have like a tough fucking December, you know? So I don't want to be like, people love my content so much, you know? But I know that a lot of you guys do like enjoy having it in the background and appreciate a bit of fucking support, and that's what I'm trying to provide. I want to just post some extra videos that are sort of like nice and happy and cheerful, because a lot of the content I have planned is going to be quite heavy, because it is quite like how to get through horrible things. So when we're done getting through the horrible things, I'd like to show some nice things and have a little bit of fun. So that's what this video is meant to be. So although I usually post on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, for December I am intending to just sort of be like spitting shit up, to be honest with you. I don't want to say that I'm doing Vlogmas, like I haven't done any like announcements because I don't know how long it'll last. I don't know how much stuff I'll actually get up. I will always stick to my Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule when I can, but I do want extra stuff too. So subscribe if you want to see more of that. Give me a like if you want to like help me out in the algorithm. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me over on TikTok or Instagram. They'll both be linked down below. And I will also link my Patreon and Ko-fi if you wanted to join me over there. So for now, whoever you are and wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And I will see you again, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a couple days.